Hello, everyone. This is Tavon Knows Wrestling, and today I'm with YFB David, and we are here to share our predictions for WrestleMania 39. Say what's up, David.
What's up, David?
And night one, we got the men's showcase match. And honestly, looking at the teams in here, you got the Viking Raiders, you got Alpha Academy, you got the Street Profits, and we got Ricochet and Braun Strowman, who I love to call the Monsters of Flight. But David hates that name
Yeah,
for some reason.
that stuff is so cringe.
No, I actually like it, but honestly, with how much they are like trying to showcase Montez and how much it looks like they're gonna do a big push for him, my money is either on the Street Profits or Braun Strowman and Ricochet. But I will say, just because the Street Profits, see, Braun Strowman and Ricochet technically needed more because they're a new tag team, but they don't have. They're like a thrown together tag team. So I would say, in terms of like importance, I would give it to the Street Profits.
Well,
So
hey, you remember what happened the last time a thrown together tag team got put together? Like, we saw it with the bar. We've seen it with Rhea and Liv. Thrown together tag teams are the ones that usually work out in the long run.
yeah, and that's why I say both of them teams is my picks.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I want the Street Profits to win. So
See, for me, you already know I'm a huge Alpha Academy fan. Thank you. But I don't know because it's hard because it seems like they're trying to build up the Viking rating. And then Braun Strowman and Ricochet, it seems like they're building up a little bit too. Montez is starting to get more shine as more of like a solo star. And it seems like Otis finna join Maximum Male Models. So it's kind of hard to pick a team that you really think is going to win.
yeah, which is a W, by the way. The maximum male models part, which is a W. We need maximum male Otis.
Oh, yeah, you already know Otis is...
He's the ladies' man, bro.
he's a David's man, bro.
What? Hey, yo. Well, hey, y'all heard it. Otis is a Davis man, ladies and gentlemen. All right,
Y'all heard
but
it first from David himself.
all right. So, who is it gonna be? Is it gonna be Braun Strowman and Ricochet or the Street Profits?
Even though they're not who I want, I do believe Braun Strowman and Ricochet are gonna pull out the victory.
All right, that's a good prediction. All right, and next one, you got Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. And me personally, I know some people think this whole storyline between them has been stupid or written poorly, but I've actually been enjoying it. I may have not been enjoying it from day one, but following it from start to finish, even way back when Dom first turned on Edge and Ray, I think putting everything together now from start to finish, this has been pretty cool story that they built. And if I had to pick a person who should win for this one, you would think Dom would win this since it's it'd be like passing the torch. But this is Ray's. Ray just got into the Hall of Fame. This is another big night to him, and it's just I think would it stays this high, and best believe with everything Dom has put in Ray through, they may have Ray do the big babyface win. So I'm going with Ray for this one. I think
Oh
he's going
yeah,
to take on the W.
100%. Now, the idea of this storyline might be pretty cool, whereas like, you know, father son. Um, I actually believe this is now. Don't quote me on this, but has there ever been a father versus son match before
Um,
in WWE at WrestleMania?
I don't think so. So this is the first time ever. They will make history, just like how they made
Yeah,
history when they became the first ever father and son of SmackDown Tag Team Champions in
yeah.
WWE.
So like, it's hard to predict just based off of that, but like the fact that it took Ray so long to give his child the ass whooping that he should have given him his whole life, um, like it's difficult to choose who's going to win because they're building up Judgment Day as well.
Oh yeah.
So I think Dom's going to pull out the victory though.
All right, so you going with Dom, I'm going with Ray. We gonna see who wins at WrestleMania. Next, you got Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul, and I just want to throw this out there. Out of every single match from night 1 and night 2, this is the match that I legit do not want to see. I don't care about seeing it, but I'm going to watch anyway, just because it's WrestleMania. I don't want to miss any matches, but this is my least favorite match. And obviously, I'm pretty sure Logan Paul gonna win. I want Seth Rollins to win, but it's already been confirmed that after WrestleMania, Logan Paul's contract is going to expire, and he might sign a new contract. But for now, since it's this last match on his contract, WWE will probably want him to go out big, especially since he's a big star. So I think it's obvious that Logan Paul is winning that.
See, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's obvious that Logan Paul is winning too, even though it's Seth freaking Rollins. How are you going to have a social media star beat one of the biggest names of like the past 10 years in WWE? So it's weird to say that a social media star is going to pick up a victory over somebody of the caliber of Seth. And
I agree
like
with you.
and like you said about the final match, they didn't even send my boy D-Bry out like a champ.
You know, like I said, like Logan Paul. Logan Paul, like I said, he's a big social media star, and I don't like the idea of him beating Seth Rollins. But so far in WWE, he has been looking good, and his last match was him taking a fight to our undisputed champion Roman Reigns. So if he can take a fight and make our champion go to his limit, I'm pretty sure beating Seth won't be the hardest challenge, you know?
But I mean, at the end of the day, Seth also did the same thing to Roman in his career.
Yeah,
I
close
don't know.
match.
This is a weird match to like try and pick from. It is just a weird match all around to say, see, watch, everything.
One thing for sure is it's gonna be lots of spots. You know how Logan Paul is; he always want to steal the show, and I feel like he got the perfect opponent to do that with. Because Seth Rollins is one of the best wrestlers in WWE.
100%.
But the only big question is, if you had to pick one, who's taking this win home?
You know, this could be a very big possibility to get Seth back on track. So I am going to say Seth in hopes of him getting back on track after how WWE has been booking him over the past year.
All right, that's a good prediction, and let's hope that that comes true. Now, next, you got Damage Control versus the new Women's Tag Team Champions, Becky Lynch and Lita, teaming up with Trish Stratus. My prediction for this match is going to be, I got this whole story inside my head, so let me tell y'all. The Legends beat Damage Control at WrestleMania, obviously, because they got Trish and Lita teaming up again to take on Becky Lynch, one of the most established women in her era. And obviously, heels don't like to take an L and move on. They always want their rematch after rematch because they're sore losers. So the next night on Raw, Bayley is obviously going to call them out. No, I meant they're going to call Becky and Lita out for needing Trish to come help fight their battles. That's going to lead to a rematch on Raw. And y'all know how Raw after Manias is. It's always big. And even though this won't be a big thing, it's just gonna be one of the big changes that happens on the Raw. But obviously Lita and Becky they're going to accept the challenge, obviously. And then Damage Control is going to win the titles again. Then they're going to be the only women's tag team in WWE to hold women's tag team titles 3 times. After that, Trish going to go back home, retire. Lita's going to go back home, retire. And Becky Lynch, she can either choose if she want to keep feuding with Bayley or not. We don't know from there. But that's my prediction. Legends win at WrestleMania. Damage Control take the titles back on Raw. What about you, David?
See, I think somewhat of that storyline is going to happen. I do think Damage Control pulls out over Becky, Lita, and Trish because we've seen Damage Control in the past in 6-woman tag team matches. They pull out any stop. They will try anything to get that win. And I feel like they're going to try whatever it takes to pick up the win at Mania. The night after on Raw, they will get their rematch for the tag team titles, which will be Damage Control picking back up the tag team championships with a distraction from Bayley, which will continue the storyline of Becky versus Bayley.
All right. So we may not be going for the same team at WrestleMania, but we both definitely got the same outcome for Raw. So we're gonna look forward to that. Next, you got my favorite match of night one. You got the Usos, the undisputed tag team champions of WWE, versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And if y'all haven't watched my video on that yet, then watch it after this. But I'm going for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They're the right choice. And, you know, it would be a big pop. It would definitely be, and I will put money on this. Even though Charlotte versus Rhea is also on this card, but I'm still going to say it. If Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn wins the tag team titles on night one, it's going to be the biggest pop of night one. The biggest pop.
See, I think once they win those tag team championships, it will be the biggest pop in both nights of Mania, in my opinion. I think because you have somebody like Sami Zayn who has picked up so much momentum, so much fan support over the past few months of him being in the bloodline, his stuff with Jay and everything. He's picked up so much fan support. And then you have Kevin Owens, who's always a fan favorite, always has been loved by the crowd. Like they're two of the biggest names in WWE right now, other than Roman and Seth and a few other top guys. But they're very well loved. And you already know my love behind Kevin Owens and Sammy. So you already know who I'm picking.
All right. And next, you got Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I'm just going to say this. Look at the history they have had, everyone. Charlotte have always bested Rhea. And now you are at the grandest stage of them all once again. And Rhea is facing Charlotte. And this time, this is a new Rhea. This is not the old Rhea that you are used to seeing from NXT or from a few years ago. This is a new Rhea. This is the Rhea that you have seen change since the Judgment Day project started. And this Rhea facing Charlotte, it's still going to be a close match. But this Rhea needs to finally put the nail to her biggest rival and prove why she is one of the greatest of all time. So Rhea got my vote and she got my support. Rhea is taking this home.
And then Rhea, whoo, she fighting on the same night as her Dommy, and Dom is over here fighting on the same night as his mommy. It's just gonna be a full Judgment Day parade this night. Like,
yep.
And then just to add a little bit in there, it seems like lately, if you look at the past few Charlotte title reigns, they've always made her to seem like a transitional champion to put over the next big star. And I feel like that's what they're doing with Rhea currently, is they're using Charlotte as a transitional champion to put over Rhea Ripley.
Yep. And it's going to be perfect. And then John Cena versus Austin Theory. Or should I say John Cena versus John Cena #2. By the way, Austin Theory has been acting for the longest of time. I got two big reasons why I want Theory to win, and it kind of hurts my heart to say it. Reason number one, the U.S. title. I'm tired of the U.S. title playing patty cake. This title has been hopped around so many times. We finally need a serious reign again, like what you see with the IC title. So that's reason number one. The title needs to be respected. And reason number two, part timers that's not gonna stay for a while doesn't deserve to. It's not even about deserve. They don't need to just come back and take time and shine and opportunities from the younger talents. This is John Cena the perfect time to really make something out of Theory. This will be Theory's biggest career. I mean, my bad, biggest win in his entire career. And
Hey, but the same could be said about Lita as well, though.
the same can be said about Lita, but I feel like it's a time and a place for everything. And that's why I said for Raw, that'd be a good time. But for WrestleMania, since you have no one else involved and it's just them two, Theory needs to win this. And I got a perfect way for Theory to win, everyone. So you know how old John Cena back when he was a heel used to sometimes win matches with his chain. And Theory has been copying John Cena for the longest time. That's what built up this match. The perfect way to end, just to add insult as a heel, Theory needs to bring some chains of his own. And when the ref is not looking, you knock Cena out with the chains, and then Theory picks John Cena up, hits his finisher, 1, 2, 3. That would be a perfect ending. What do you think, David?
That would be a pretty dope ending. But while you were talking about building the United States Championship back up and all of that, it had me thinking, what bigger name than somebody like John Cena to bring prestige back to once what was looked at as the most prestigious championship in WWE? Like during the time of Brock being missing and holding the Universal Championship hostage, people were looking at the United States Championship and the Intercontinental Championship.
Yep.
So, what bigger name than John Cena to restore that honor into that United States Championship?
I would love that. The last time John Cena was U.S. champion, it was great. It was my favorite U.S. run of all time. No disrespect to any other U.S. champion that came before him. But, you know, this is one of them times
And
where I'm taking away what I want and I'm putting what's just best. And what's best is Theory being Cena.
see, but the last time we got a part timer as a champion, we got one of the biggest WrestleMania matches of all time. Might not have been the mid card title, but you remember about 10 years ago when The Rock took the title off of CM Punk, the WWE Championship.
Oh, that was a good time.
We got one of the biggest matches between Cena and The Rock, even though it was part two of a once in a lifetime match. People still enjoy that match big time and that rivalry.
That's true.
And I feel like we could maybe get that again with John Cena.
All right. So you going for Cena, I'm going for Theory. And like I said, everyone, it's kind of weird to say because Cena is my favorite of all time, but I have my reasons and David have his reasons. Now we are on to night two, and we are kicking off with the women's showcase match. And honestly, I want Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to win. I feel like
Woo!
they can. I feel like they can help rebuild the women's tag team division with a big, popular, known star like Ronda Rousey teaming up with her best friend Shayna for the first time. I feel like it would be great. So I'm going for her. And plus, they're dominant.
Those two are absolutely insanely being booked strong right now. I mean, just look at the promo that we got. What was it? This past Monday? Whenever Shayna was talking about how they've basically injured and taken out just about every single woman that was standing in the ring in this match.
I think that was this past Friday, but yes.
This past Friday? Okay, so
Yes,
maybe I
yes, I
wrote it.
remember.
But you remember the promo that I'm talking about.
Yes, I
And
do.
it's kind of crazy to think how dominant they've been actually booked as of late. And honestly, the smart thing for WWE to do would be to capitalize off these two tag team matches and to give the winner like a future tag team championship opportunity. And I feel like that's what they're doing with these matches, what they're going to do with these matches. So, and what better team than somebody with a big name like Ronda Rousey and somebody who's been looked at before as a dominant champion in Shayna Baszler to bring prestige to the women's tag team championships.
Yep. So we both got Shayna and Ronda winning that, and now it's on to the Beast versus the Nigerian Giant, Omos versus Brock Lesnar. And this is so obvious. Like, now I know sometimes at WrestleMania the unthinkable can happen, but in this case, I don't want the unthinkable to happen. Brock Lesnar needs to beat Omos, and I will stand on that. I'm not even going to give my 10, 20, 30, 40. I'm not going to give any reason. I'm not even going to give a lot of reasons why Brock should beat Omos. I'm just going to make it this simple. This might, and I said might, this might be Brock Lesnar's last Mania before he called it a retirement. And like we said before, not all legends go out the way that they want to, but when you got a star like Bobby Lashley, because that was his last feud, when you got a star like Bobby Lashley who can be seen as equally as dominant or as threatening as Brock Lesnar, that makes sense, you know? But Omos, I don't think Omos is ready to beat someone like Brock Lesnar, the same man who ended. You know what? Since we talking about WrestleMania, let's bring that up. The same man who ended the Undertaker's streak at WrestleMania. Imagine going back in time to that point and telling all these fans that the man that just beat the Undertaker's streak is going to lose to this guy named Omos that people barely care about.
Hey, but arguably, this is a different Brock Lesnar. This isn't the same Brock Lesnar that we seen back then whenever he was facing Taker. Because back then, that Brock would have been able to put an end to Roman's reigns. And no pun intended. But that same Brock could have defeated Roman Reigns. Whereas this Brock has struggled in just about every single match that he's been in. And whenever you get put up against somebody like the Nigerian Giant, you're bound to you're bound to fail. Come on, let you. I'm going to try and turn you into a homosexual.
I don't think that's going to work.
Cause homosexuals is where it's at right now.
Well, they can stay where they're at, and they can stay sad when they see Brock Lesnar, the Beast, slay him at WrestleMania. That's my vote.
No, but next match is one that I'm ready to talk about.
We got Edge versus the Demon, Finn Balor. And I made a video
Not
on
just
this as
Edge.
well,
Not just Edge. The Brood Edge.
which is just a rumor. We don't know if it's confirmed yet. But what we
Hey,
do know is confirmed is that Finn Balor is bringing the Demon. And when the Demon is in the ring, you have a 1 out of 10 chance of winning.
unless your name is Roman Reigns. But
Hey, that's our tribal
but
chief. You know, everyone gets smashed.
but let's not forget that Edge is the one who asked for this. Let's not forget that Edge told Finn to bring his demon so he can introduce him to the devil.
Well, he's going to meet the devil, and the devil is going to know why the Demon has such a great win-loss record in WWE, with him only losing 2 matches. and it's kind of funny that he lost them to Samoans. But Ed, since the Samoans is the kryptonite of the demon, and Edge is not a Samoan, that should tell you even more that Edge stands no chance.
Amen. Amen. Or potentially, the prince will learn exactly why you don't step to the king.
Well, you heard it, guys. David is going for Edge. I'm going for Finn Balor. And for more reasons why I'm going for Finn Balor, check out my video that I've made titled Edge needs to beat my bad. Titled Finn Balor needs to beat Edge at WrestleMania. Now,
Nah, had it correct the first time. Edge win.
dope. Now, moving on
Because
to the next match.
it just seems like the Judgment Day are doing their own things. I mean, Rhea's going to be SmackDown Women's Champion. Dom's going to be finished with his father. Damien's not even on the card. And Finn might lose this match.
Next match, we got Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. And I'm going to just throw this out there. This is a win-win-win match. But who do I want to win? You know what? I love Sheamus, but I'm tired of seeing Drew McIntyre do nothing. This man, Drew McIntyre. 2 years ago, Drew McIntyre was the man, ladies and gentlemen. Let that sink in. He was the man. And to see him on a mid card just being there now, just not seeing him just beat everyone up anymore. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about opportunities, but look who's in this match. You got Sheamus, who's more successful than both of these men put together. And then you got Gunther, who has just had a long IC reign. We need
Now,
to give it to Drew McIntyre.
see, the more successful part might very well be debatable, as they're competing for a championship, which both Gunther and Drew McIntyre have held before. But Sheamus has never held that championship.
Yeah, Sheamus has never held it, but not every superstar can achieve that Grand Slam title. He might achieve it, but right now, Drew McIntyre needs it. But I will say, I won't be mad if Sheamus win, only because Sheamus is the most popular man in this match at the moment. So it would be a big pop if he win that title, and it would be a special moment for him.
You see, honestly, I'm pretty high on Gunther. But with him being such a dominant champion, it's like, if he wins this match, who's next?
Well, you always got people next in line ready to challenge him, but that is a good question. But that is why I also want him to lose as well, because he has already had a long reign, and you got two popular baby faces who deserves to win this big match. Now, let's just say Sheamus don't win. It's not like he gonna lose anything from it. He still got a faction to lead, and Rich Holland and Butch. As for Drew McIntyre, though, what is Drew McIntyre gonna do from here?
You see, I'm kind of going to using the same logic as the Rhea versus Charlotte match, because just like Rhea versus Charlotte, Sheamus has faced Gunther on multiple occasions, and he has not been able to come out on top against Gunther. He's fought him for the title before, and he's never been able to pick up the win and pick up the title. So what better place than WrestleMania to finally give him that feel-good story ending where he's finally one Grand Slam champion and two Intercontinental champion?
I agree with you. I agree with you. Like I said, this match is hard to. This match is actually very hard to call. But if I did have to pick a prediction on who I think will win, I will say Sheamus. Even though I want Drew McIntyre to win, but I think it'll most likely be between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. But I got my own reasons for that. But my main reason why I will say for Sheamus is because, like you said, Vince is now high on making people that he cares about Grand Slam champions. And I would say Sheamus is a person that he cares about. I mean, look at his entire career. You can tell Vince has always been a Sheamus fan.
Sheamus is great.
So, yep. So we both got our prediction that Sheamus is winning that. Even though I want Drew McIntyre to win, but I think Sheamus is going to win. And I wouldn't be surprised if Gunther retains just to get that big heel reaction.
I wouldn't be shocked either. Like, as much as I love Drew, I can't see him winning the IC title. Even though I wouldn't be mad if he did. I just, for some reason, I can't see Vince putting the IC title on Drew, especially at this very moment.
All right. Now, next match, we got Bianca Belair and Asuka. Asuka is a person that you wouldn't think would beat Bianca because of how much WWE has been building up Bianca. And it's like, why lose to Asuka when she has beaten so many other top people? But it's like ever since Asuka came back, she came back to the Rumble as a new version of herself, as we like to call Kana. And it's like with her going through this whole change, it makes you ask, why would they change her if they wasn't building her up for anything? So this match is kind of hard to call too. I wouldn't be surprised if Bianca retained, but my prediction is Asuka, only because I feel like this whole change and then build up just to have her lose at WrestleMania, it will make you sit back and just think, what was the whole point in this? What was the whole point in turning her into the Kana version of Asuka just for her to still not win a big one? So my vote is Asuka.
See, as much as I want to say Asuka, because I do want to see her walk out champion. And you already know I like Asuka more than Bianca.
Yep.
But it's just hard to see somebody who legitimately took out an entire faction by herself lose to just one person.
Hey,
Like,
that
Bianca took out all of Damage Control in that ladder match. I forgot which pay-per-view that was at, but in that ladder match, Bianca legitimately took out the entire faction of Damage Control on her own against the wall.
I see what you did there.
Yes, but like Bianca is just
The ESC.
if you will, she is the female version of Roman Reigns.
I can see it.
So who I want to win is Asuka. Who I think will win is more than likely Bianca Belair.
All right. And funny how you say female Roman Reigns, because our next and main event, and arguably it's going to be the most hypest match of the night, because I still think it's between this match and the Undisputed Tag Team title match. You got the Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns versus the American Nightmare, the challenger, the man that needs to finish his story, Cody Rhodes. And
The only story he's going to be finishing is the story of CM Punk 2.0.
His department from WWE and everything he has done since after that has really helped out a lot of wrestlers, has helped out companies, and now he's back after doing his good deeds. He has the hype, and he's finally going to have his moment to be a WWE champion for the very first time in his career, something that he's waited for a long time. I think he deserves it fully.
See, but you say about him helping other people out in another company. The only company that genuinely helped out is Cody Rhodes. The multiple main events he's been having, the multiple mid-card championships that he had to beat people to gain. The legit, this man booked himself more than he booked his world champion. The fact that he's coming from AEW is giving him so much hype. The fact that he was one of the founding members of AEW. In fact, he was vice president, I believe it was, of AEW. All of this stuff, I feel like Vince is just going to give him the titles to basically say F you to Tony Khan.
But it's one word that you say in all of that, and that's hype. 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 And that's what you need when you being the champion of a company. You don't want your champion to be boring or not cared about or anything. Cody Rhodes has the hype. And if it's true that Roman Reigns is taking time off soon, having Cody Rhodes in replacement to be the new undisputed champion, I feel like it's not going to be bad for the show at all.
Okay, but see, on the other hand, legit everyone Roman has faced in this 3-year-long title reign has always had hype going up against Roman. The same can be said about Demon Finn Balor. The same can be said about Seth Rollins. Even Cesaro at one point got hype behind his name whenever he was going up against Roman
He
Reigns.
he got hype, but not the same level of hype as Cody Rhodes. And that's what I mean when it comes to being the undisputed champion. See, Roman Reigns is at a point where everyone knows him, everyone talks about him, everyone knows what he's done. And Cody Rhodes, like you said, Cody Rhodes is going to have some support from AEW fans and the WWE fans. And yes, you got some people who don't like Cody, but that's every WWE superstar. Every WWE superstar is going to have some people who don't like them. But all that matters is crowd reactions. And let me tell you, when Cody Rhodes makes his entrance at WrestleMania, and the moment that you hear his theme plays, the fans is gonna be singing along, the fans is gonna be screaming, and just in seconds, you're gonna be hearing the whole crowd screaming, "Wow!" And you wanna know why? Because majority of the fans at WrestleMania is gonna be excited to see Cody Rhodes. And when
Uh,
he beats Roman Reigns for them belts, it is going to be the biggest pop of WrestleMania 39. And you can believe that, all pun intended.
okay. Anyway, oh yeah, I'll be singing his theme song because his theme song is about the only thing good about him. But
Oh, wow.
at the same time, one, his entrance is going to look like a 12-year-old did it on 2K14. Two, legit, the hype is only because he had a match with a purple titty.
Hey, which was a badass match, by the way.
And three, like I said, you put anybody in the same position as Cody right now, any top star. Now, I ain't saying throw Mustafa Ali in this match now,
Oh,
but
obviously.
any top star from either AEW, somebody like John Moxley, Chris Jericho, anybody, or hell, Seth Rollins, Demon Balor again. You can throw anybody in there. Any person taking the titles off of somebody like Roman Reigns, who fans have been asking to get the titles taken off of, will legit get so much more hype than your average person. We've seen so many more people get more hype than Cody Rhodes is at this very moment. We see people continuously singing along with Seth's theme song. We see people cheering absolutely insanely whenever Sami Zayn's music hit, whenever he says something. We see so many people with hype currently. And yes, Cody Rhodes is going to be the guy that takes the titles off of Roman. But the fact that he's from AEW is a slap to the face of every other person Roman Reigns has challenged. People who've built up hype, people who stayed loyal to their company that made them, and people who have gotten fan reactions is disrespectful. I mean, just think about this. 1 year ago, he debuted.
Yeah.
Legit 1 year ago, and he is already becoming champion. That is a big slap to the face of every other person who's challenged Roman.
I do agree with you on that part. See, I'm a Cody fan. I like Cody Rhodes, and I do feel like him beating Roman is not a bad option. But I will say to a lot of other wrestlers like Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, just to name a few, it will be a slap to the face because they have stayed loyal, they stayed here, they worked hard. But at the end of the day, it's one thing to take away from the two people I mentioned plus more and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has never been in the main event of WWE wrestling for a world title. Kevin Owens has. Seth Rollins has. Drew McIntyre has. Sheamus
Kevin Owens
has.
never
Bobby
made
Lashley has. Well,
none of
Bobby
this.
Lashley fought for the Universal Championship, which is technically a world championship in WWE. But
Yeah, but none of
going,
that into Mania.
not the main event of Mania, but still, like they have had big moments inside their career. And WWE alone, we're not talking about Impact, we're not talking about AEW, none of that, just WWE. WWE, Cody Rhodes' biggest accomplishment was probably winning the IC title back in his dashing days, which is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the IC title, but every single WWE superstar wants to say that won the WWE title at least once. And Cody Rhodes is finally going to have the opportunity to say that. Cody Rhodes is finally going to have his moment. And once again, Cody Rhodes is going to finish his story. And you got to be proud of him, you know? He waited so long for this. Some wrestlers got it easier and faster than others. Hell, the person who he's facing, Roman Reigns, multiple time world champion, main evented multiple times, and he's done it in just a 10-year career. Cody Rhodes been wrestling longer than that, and this is his first time being in the main event of Mania. Now, I'm not saying every single wrestler who haven't been in the main event of Mania deserves to be in there. No, but the fact that you got someone fresh, someone new, and someone who has waited and worked hard for a moment like this, you can't really knock it, you know?
I mean, but like Kofi Kingston, who stayed with the company for 13, 14, about 15 years, didn't even win his first WWE championship until he was with the company for like 15 years. Whereas Cody returns to the company, and within 1 year, he's already going to be undisputed champion.
I mean, yeah. I wish they would have taken more time with Cody as well. But I still think, and this is why I'm cheering for him and why I'm going for him. I still think Roman Reigns has had a historical long reign, has broken records. He wants to take his time off, and having an active champion like Cody Rhodes is better than having a undisputed champion who's probably not even going to be here. So, like I said, for many reasons in the world, I'm just going to tie it down to my final big last reason. Despite who you love or hate, or despite who I love and hate, what is the best for business choice? A man that's about to take time off with the titles, or a man who has hype and is going to be here on every single Raw and SmackDown with the undisputed titles? I think the best for business choice is Cody Rhodes. So for that big final reason as well, I'm going for him all the way, and nothing will change my mind.
See, as I said before, you can put anybody in that position as Cody, and they might do worse, they might do better. But I still can't get over the fact that he's already receiving a push as big, if not bigger, than the same man who multiple people wants the titles taken off of.
And I agree with you. But the big question is, despite this debate that we had about if Cody Rhodes should win it or not, the big question is at WrestleMania, we know who you want to win, and that's Roman. But at
Yes,
WrestleMania,
because Cody's the twos and we the ones.
and on any other night, I would be saying it with you. Because, guys, for everyone out there that's watching this, Roman Reigns, and David can tell you, Roman Reigns is my favorite WWE superstar right now. But
Yes,
the reason why,
and
go ahead.
me, on the other hand, with Roman, Tyvon knows that I absolutely cannot stand Roman.
He can't. But like I said, even though Roman Reigns is my favorite WWE superstar, I have to take away my love and think about what's the best for business choice. And the best for business choice at this very moment is Cody Rhodes. So that's why I'm cheering for him. And you know who David is cheering for. But as in prediction, I'm going to ask you the big question. We know who you want to win. But now, in the main event of WrestleMania 39, who do you think? What's your prediction on who's going to close out the show holding them titles?
Prediction wise, I do think Cody Rhodes will be the person walking out with the titles, only because I feel like they would not have given him all of this booking and all of this advertisement and this whole big push if he was not taking the titles off of Roman. Because we've never seen in the eyes of a challenger of Roman Reigns, we have never seen any kind of build up like Cody Rhodes is receiving right now.
I agree with you. Never have. He's even had more build up than Drew McIntyre, and we saw how big and how much people wanted to see Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. Man, I will never forget the night he came with Broken Dreams before coming back out to his theme. Beautiful.
See,
Now
I
look,
would say that the biggest plus about having Cody as champion is the fact that we get a more active champion.
thank you, David, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, and we'll see you. Well, I will see you inside the next video. Hell, maybe David might join us inside another collab. Who knows? Would you
And
want to,
remember,
YFB
y'all,
David?
stay funky.
Stay funky. Now, who still says that in 2023?
No, it's not about who says it. It's about who says it. And that's YFB.
Make sure y'all go subscribe to him as well. I'm going to leave his channel inside the descriptions. Y'all support my boy.
And
Y'all
you
go
know,
support.
come join us on Twitch sometimes. We stream sometimes on Twitch. Well, it's my account, but I
Yeah.
stream sometimes on Twitch, so check out my Twitch account.
Yep. Check out his Twitch, YFB David. Y'all gonna love it. And yeah, I'll see you inside the next one. Peace, everyone.